Nothing like
All right,
being an
everybody,
American
put your
family.
tray tables in the upright and locked position. We're talking about in-flight. Tmac here for this rules review. It's brought to you by the great folks at Out West Officials. Visit them at the World Wide Web at outwestofficials.com. So we're in the top of the eighth. Milwaukee leads 8-2. A runner on first base. A high fly ball hit to deep left center field, and the ball appears at first glance to hit the top of the wall and go over the fence for a home run. However, Roberto Ortiz, all over this play, says it's a two-base award, and we'll take a second look and we'll see why. The ball hits the ledge of the wall, that window that the ball players in the bullpen can look out of. It hits that and caroms over. So the Ask the Youthful was, why wasn't this a home run? Several of you reached out to us and asked us this question, and the reason is we have to go to the rules. The rules will always set us free, and we define in flight. It describes a batted, thrown, or pitched ball which has not yet touched the ground or some object other than a fielder. In this case, that window ledge is an object. And most ballparks have that yellow line or an orange line at Citi Field that goes around the stadium. Well, that's not the case here. So it makes this play a little bit more tricky to make sure that you get set and you see the baseball, but Roberto Ortiz is all over it, does an outstanding job. One other person asked, what's the difference between this play and one like the Jose Canseco play where the ball hit his head and went over the fence? Well, again, we take you to the definition of in flight. It describes a batted, thrown, or pitched ball which has not yet touched the ground or some object other than a fielder. So this is where knowing the rules is really, really important. Getting in that rule book and looking at the definitions. Who would have thought that you'd have to define in flight? But however, sometimes these rules get a little tricky. And if you're not quite up on the rules, you might be a little slow making the call. And that's why we always suggest, no matter what your level, you get into that rule book. And this is going to be the same at the college level. It's also going to be the same at the federation level. And hopefully, if you ever see this play again where a ball hits a wall somehow and never touches the ground and goes over, and it doesn't hit the top of the wall above the yellow line, you know that this play is a ground rule double. On behalf of everybody here at Close Call Sports, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy umpiring, everyone.